Greetings everybody, welcome to a new tutorial. Today we're gonna see how to make chromatics for FNF. So, what we want to do is import our samples, which I'm gonna use these ones. Then we zoom in. In my case, I'm just gonna cut this. Then we select this part of this segment of the sample. It will sound like that. We don't want that. Now, what we want is that this sounds like this. Oh shit. What we want is that it sounds like this. Then this, we select it like this. Then we go to FX and we repeat 99 times in my case for it to sound like a loop. Then we stop the freaking this and it will sound like this. Oh shit, hold up. Hold on.
A few minutes
It will
later.
sound like this. Now what we want is for all the samples to sound like that. So I'll be right back when I have looped all the samples. Again, this will sound like this. It will sound like a loop. Then, for this, we export placeholder samples 2. Okay, perfect. Once we do that, we want to hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, once we have exported our samples, which are this file right here, placeholder samples 2, we want to slice them. For this occasion, I will use FL Studio to slice them, but you can slice them with any other program. I just find the method of using FL Studio easier to use. Then we go to SliceX, then we go to Load, we go to our folder, Samples, then we go here. As you can see, it had some problems selecting some samples, so we do this, and then we delete the markers that will, you know, like sober or whatever. Once we got this, we gotta export region, sample user. Then we make a new folder in our folder where the samples are. Then samples, and now we're gonna name it unnamed because like that it will save our samples like here. As you can see, we need to rename them because we're gonna use another program called Chromatic Generator 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Then when we got our samples, we can close FL Studio, and then we go to the program, which is Chromatic Scale Generator plus Remastered. I know, long name. Then in my case, I'm gonna use 60 in Octave 2. Then we activate all of this, even this one, because it will have your folder, your chromatic sliced. Then we search for the folder where all the samples are, and we generate the chromatic. Okay? Good. Then we wait. Once the chromatic is generated, we go to FL Studio once again. We can close this now. Okay. Then we go to here. We load SliceX or any slicing sample thingy you want. Then we go to custom samples and we load this file, the chromatic.wav. And as you can see, it's already sliced. And you know, now once the chromatic is done, and hold up.
A few moments later.
As you can see, I changed the fucking thing, which we can load a chromatic here. Hold up, samples chromatic, and it will work. And that's it. So goodbye for now, and subscribe for more tutorials. Bye bye.